Settling on a color to repaint my house was one of those hardest choices, but I settled for this color called ash and this other one called pigeon. So this is like shade of gray. These are like two shades of gray actually, because the ash kind of looks like gray, but it is a bright one. So before I started painting, this is how the wall was. It had an off-white color, and up there it was bluish, and the patches on the wall is where my pictures were. And actually the original color of the wall is that one that you see where the painting was, which was actually so dull, but it matched with the tiles. So I wanted a color that I could work with that was good. And in this video, that is what I'm gonna do. So to start off this process, we start by filling in the spaces. You can see the spaces have been filled in by a filler. These are the spaces that had pictures or that I had drilled. And the paint that I'm using is that one which it's called a silk vinyl paint. You just go in with your water and you dilute it a little bit and you're good to go. It's not gloss, so it doesn't use turpentine or something. And that is my fundi. The living room was done for me. I couldn't risk doing it myself. And that is my fundi doing the first layer of paint on this house. So welcome to today's video if you're new, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back to watch my videos. So now, in case you're wondering how much did it cost me to paint this house, I will break it down for you, and then you'll get to make that decision, because actually it's not so expensive. So compared to putting on wallpaper, of which you will just put on one side and then still have to paint, I opted for painting the house, two sides of the house, two different colors, just to create that contrast and to look like it is to look different. So now this paint, I did 2 layers of paint in the living room, in the corridor, and then some of it I used it on the doors. Although I was advised that on the doors I'm supposed to repaint them with a gloss paint. And when I say doors, I mean the wooden doors. And on the metallic door, I was advised to use a gloss paint, because if I use the water paint, then it will affect the door. Like over time, the door will rust, just because the paint uses water and the metal is metallic. So yeah, you know how it goes. It will rust. The door will rust eventually. So that is why I just did this first part and did the walls. And because the doors were looking so bad, especially the wooden doors, I decided to just paint them with this other paint for just one time. And then when I have gathered again enough resources, then I'll buy the gloss paint and redo my doors. I don't know the color I'll do, but I think I'll go for the darker color, maybe the pigeon one for the doors. But so far, I did paint. The paint was enough for the living room. It was enough for the corridor and for the bathroom. Just those 3 areas, and it was 4 liters of paint. The 4-liter can was around 2,500. I used the crown ash paint. And then this color, the one that you see, I don't know what it is called, this pigeon color, it was 2 liters. So the 2 liters, I painted the, I don't know in Aitwaje, this upper part of the house, the one that has a stripe. And then I painted one side of the wall, and then I painted the toilet. So that is where the color went to. Oh, and also it painted the doors. So the doors are 6. So we have 6 doors. We have the one face of the wall, and then we have apoju. I don't know how it is called in housing lingo, but apoju. So now this second part of the video, this is the toilet. I had to paint it myself now. The fundi had already left. I had to paint the toilet myself, and that is what I'm gonna do in this next part. But if in case you want to paint, the 1 liter paint costs around 800 shillings, and then the other one was 2,500. So in total I used 2,500 plus 1,000 600, that is about 4,000, and then I paid the 42,000 shillings. So that is a total of about 6,000 shillings. So if as compared to wallpaper, which I can do later, is still, if I want, I found it that it is more cost effective and it is more economical to just paint. And also, I am not a big fan of wallpapers, and if I go for a wallpaper, I'll have to go for the expensive types, which I'll have to use a little bit more cash to get it. So that is why this time, because I am redoing this house on a budget, I just decided to do it with a normal paint, and maybe later see how it goes. Mimi, I had to wear gloves because there was no way I was going to paint without wearing gloves. Ningetoka hapo hivyo nikifanana tu rangi. So this is the first coat, guys. So now the other good thing about this paint that I chose is that I did not need an undercoat. So an undercoat is that paint that you paint and then you paint the color of choice that you want on top. So in case I painted these walls the brilliant white color, I will need an undercoat for the white to come out strongly. But because because I was going for a color that was not white, I did not need an undercoat. So guys, if you are going to paint your house a brilliant color like white, then that is a cost that you'll have to consider. And also sometimes back, I had started doing this vinyl paint on the walls, and then I ran out of cash, and then stuff happened. So I was really never able to finish the whole painting process, but it kind of had like an undercoat of vinyl paint. So I did not really have to put an undercoat on there. And the fundy came, looked at the walls and said that for the color that you're going for, you don't need an undercoat. So that is why I did not put an undercoat. Yeah. So now this is the second layer. So once you put in a second layer of paint, you can clearly see the color taking shape and it becomes really nice. And this is now the third part. This is the toilet, and for the toilet, I'll be going in with the ash paint, because this pigeon color was kidogo ilikuwa imeisha. Guys, just look at how dirty the doors were. So the color that was on here before, I couldn't wash it. That was a problem. Ukiosha inatoka na rangi. And this door had been made, ilikuwa sijui imevunjika or something, ikakuja ikatengenezwa. It was looking so bad. So now this paint that was on the walls before, the reason why they are so dirty, it is, I think they are called water paints or something. So I couldn't wash the walls. I couldn't wash kabisa. As compared to this paint that I have put in, hii kichafuka, I just take my sponge, I wash the walls, and I'm good to go. I also had to paint the kitchen. It is not so big, but the walls were really bad, as you can see. So this one I painted the ash color, hiyo ndio ilikuwa imebaki. Yeah.
Empty hearts and neon lights, they're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off.
Now this is what we have after painting. This corner here, there is too much going on, but one step at a time. Today we were painting, and this is now the outcome. I don't know, there were so many shadows and I couldn't get the correct lighting, but guys, this color pops. Like, the color is really good. I don't know how to correct the shadows. Maybe somebody can tell me in the comment section, but this is how it turned out to be, and I absolutely love the color. So you can clearly see how neat it looks. I still don't know what to do with this Doja man. It looks so bad in the middle of the paint, but I am sure that with time I will fix it. I also decided to retain these wall brackets for the curtains because, just because it's a rental and it's too much work kuitoa. I'll work out how I can be able to fix the curtains because they sag a lot with these thin strings that are put on there. And this is the contrast wall. That is how it looks like. I had washed the cushion covers, so I was covering up everything there. That is why it is like that. So in the next part of the video, or in the next video that I post of this living room makeover, probably I would have bought a chair, and probably I will have organized things a little bit more, but this was just a painting video. And this is how the corridor looks like. You can see it has life, guys. It is not as boring. It is clean, it is neat, and it really looks nice. So if you want to change the face of your house without breaking the bank, this is one of those ways that you can try out, and I am very sure that you will like it. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. May God truly bless you. I hope to post the next part soon, and hopefully we'll do a little bit much more. Bye.